for first grade on money, and my standards are 1.5 is to identify and know the value of coins and show different combinations of coins that equal the same amount. Mathematical reasoning 1.1, determine the approach, materials, and strategies to be used. As part of my assessment, it goes into some of the ELA standards, to write a brief description of a real event by using sensory details, and then back to a math standard, being able to explain the reasoning used and justify the procedure selected, which all that will be part of the assessment in a math journal. For the first activity, it's called Parts of a Dollar. So, I put all of the directions on this so the kids can just, if they need to grab it and read it at another part of the room, they can take that with them. So this is what they would get. Every kid would be provided with one of these, so it says Parts of a Dollar. And they will also be provided with their own sheet of paper coins as well as a dollar bill to put right here. And they will then have to go ahead and decide, so what two coins make up half of it, like what two will make up a dollar, and then this one is what 4 coins make up a dollar. This one is what 10 coins, and then in here they can fill in the blanks and put in the coins. This one's supposed to be for nickels and for pennies, so since there are more of those, I just kind of left it blank for that, and then so the completed one would look something like this. As for the second one, it's more of a memory game. And what the students would need to do is they would need to get the memory cards. So they would just play the traditional game of memory, but this one's going to have both words and the coin, so they can match the actual written word to the actual coin. And with that one, they're all going to get something like this. They're going to be working in pairs, so they can kind of help each other and check each other's work. So this one up here, it kind of shows them like a picture of a dime and the word nickel are not a pair, and then it kind of gives them an idea of the right pairs. So that's kind of a way for them to check their own work. And at the end of the game, they have to go back and add all the cards that they matched up correctly to get an amount, and whichever student gets the highest amount wins that game. The third one. This one is shopping. So what the students need to do, they'd go over to the board and actually take these off. And they all have an actual amount of how much they're worth. So with their partner, they would each pick out a question. So the partner would read out the question, and then the student would have to go ahead and work it all out, which is all going to be done in their math journals. So they'd work it out, and then the answer is on the back for them. So each student would do one for each item. Back over here for how much. Ideally, there would be a lot of these, but for time's sake, I made one with the dollar sign and one with the cent sign. So that kind of gives the students a hint that they're going to need to use a dollar sign for this and the cent sign for this. So they're going to go ahead and count the coins on here, and the answer is on the back. And the same for the dollar amount. The answer is on the back. For the next one, it's called piggy banks. This is actually my personal favorite. So the partner would go ahead and just kind of hold any magnetic cord up. And this is the amount that the student would have to, I guess, come up with using any of these manipulatives down here. So what they would have to do is they would just have to move everything over to the little piggy bank. And then a way for them to check it, since there are many answers for most of those, I would just go ahead and put the answers on here for them. So the partner can just get like an expo marker, and I can leave it in the sheet protector so different groups can use the same sheets. They would just go ahead and get an expo marker, and say for this one, if they put the dollar, they can just mark off, okay, the dollar's there, the penny's there. And there are many different combinations, so I've tried to put probably the most common ones, and if the combination is not on here, then And the students can work as a pair to see if it adds up or to see if there's a coin that was missing. And I put more in here so that the students can use more than one. And as for the students, just to check themselves off when they're done with something, I have created a chart so the students can come over here with the expo marker and just cross off what activity they have done. You guys have any questions?